How do we find self-worth after a breakup? We often lose our sense of value when the person we loved rejects us. Even if we reject them, we can fall into a sense of low value, that we were duped or stupid enough to fall for a person that we no longer love. I'm going to give you 5 simple steps that will secure your self-worth and fill you with gratitude for this opportunity that you're facing to get through a relationship and find your self-worth in a moment where you're really doubting yourself. This is an opportunity, I promise you. I'm James Burnham. I am a fear coach, and I help people understand how to use fear as a guide to break through things that we're struggling with. Self-worth is a big one. We often struggle to face what makes us feel unworthy. So I'm going to give you a few points here of how to develop your self-worth, and then I got a story of how I did this for myself. So stick around.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
First thing that you got to do is start with gratitude. You've got to understand that this is an opportunity for you to face a challenge that will build within yourself a powerful sense of self-worth. Second, acknowledge your limitations, fear of what you don't want to believe, and what you don't want to let go of. The third, face the chaos in your mind. Use meditation and breathing to get past it. The fourth, offer yourself compassion. And finally, be vulnerable. Accept the pain and disappointment and the struggle that you have, and know that you have the strength to get through this. So point 1, starting with gratitude. The reason we start with gratitude is because I believe gratitude is the catalyst for all performance. If you are moving in a space of feeling unhappy or overwhelmed or angry about the situation that you're in, it's going to be very hard to find the strength to overcome what you need to face. Feeling unworthy or lacking self-worth after a breakup is a natural thing. It happens to all of us. Finding a space to be grateful for that can be difficult to do, but it is important. And knowing that this is an opportunity can help shape your mind into new pathways that allow you to face this troubling time with a sense of gratitude. Any pain you face is an opportunity for growth. That's how I look at it. Point 2, acknowledging your limitations, the fear of what you don't want to believe and what you don't want to let go of. When we are in a space of a breakup, sometimes we don't want to look at what we brought to the table. We only want to project on the other what they brought to the table. We don't want to take responsibility. If we are unable to face our own limitations, our own sense of self-worth cannot grow because we're not actually looking at what's limiting us. We're looking only at what the other person did, and we have no control over that. So turn to yourself. Look into yourself. What is it that you bring to the table that caused this breakup? Third, face the chaos of your mind with meditation and breathing. These are really, really important things to do. There's so much research that has been done around the power of meditation and learning to understand your internal thought processes and breathing techniques that allow you to calm yourself so you can meet a traumatic space with the presence of mind required to overcome a difficult circumstance. Our minds, they are so chaotic. When you're sitting here, even listening to me, if you're watching this video, I guarantee as I'm talking, you're thinking things like, look at that shirt he's wearing, or what is that weird background stuff that's going on, or what am I going to get for lunch? When does this end? You are constantly jumping around, making judgments. There are things being said in your mind that make you lose track of where you are in the present moment. And this sometimes can be so overwhelming that we don't even realize what we're thinking and saying and doing to ourselves, which is the most important thing when you start to want to feel your own self-worth again. What is the dialogue within your mind repeating about who you are? Meditation and breathing are 2 techniques that you can use and dive into that will really help you to see that. Once you've got that under control and you begin to hear the dialogue that's keeping you from feeling your self-worth, offer yourself compassion. It's so easy when we have a friend come to us and you see them beating themselves up and you can say to them, oh man, you're great. You're so good. You're kind. These are things we love to do. But do you do that for yourself? This is the question that you need to ask and need to know. Are you being kind to yourself in this moment of trouble, of pain? Are you recognizing, this is hard for me? I've broken up with somebody I loved, and now I don't feel like I'm valuable. Are you recognizing that? When you offer that compassion to yourself, it can change your ability to stand up. It is, in fact, in my opinion, the essence of grit. It is what allows you to keep going when others will fall around you. The compassion is the carrot over the stick. Vulnerability is the final step, to accept the shame, the pain, and the disappointment, and the value and wisdom that you gain from opening yourself to all that is you. When you can begin to understand that you are encompassed in not only the things that that other person did wrong to you, but what you did wrong and what you did well and what they did well, and you see the whole picture, that's vulnerability. It's opening yourself to the whole spectrum of information that's out there and accepting what's there, acknowledging the pain. These are things that are hard to do. It's hard sometimes to accept that and to sit in it. But when you get to that point of vulnerability and you hold the whole package, I use this quote all the time. It's from Brené Brown. You don't shrink, you don't puff up, you stand your sacred ground. It's a powerful thing. Not diminishing yourself, not saying, oh, I'm really strong, I'm really good, which we can do in a place of pain. We can fall into either of those traps. But when you sense the whole thing, you can stand there and you can say to yourself, man, this is hard for me. I've done some things that I didn't like. I've failed in this space. But man, this does not define me. I am greater than this moment. That's vulnerability. That's power. So let me tell you my own situation. I had a relationship of 24 years that failed. This was with a person that obviously I loved. I was with her for 24 years. And I believe she loved me. But due to many circumstances, much of it my own issues, in my opinion, that I was struggling with, I was unable to face for a while the fact that I was worthy. When I finally came out, the reason my marriage, I truly believe the reason my marriage failed was because my own sense of self-worth was so shattered that I had placed all my sense of value upon this person. And any sort of rejection was a powerfully hard thing for me to consume and to hold and to take. And when I began to see that I had to end this relationship because it wasn't going to work, it was hard for me to feel grateful. I felt like I had lost 24 years, as I'm sure she did. I felt that I had gone through something that was unfair, that why should I have to have these things in my life? Why should my life have been such a disaster that I would be now in this situation? And it was hard to feel gratitude. But I began to look at it, honestly, as if I was sitting on a roller coaster. I like roller coasters. I like the fear that I feel when I'm sitting there at the edge about to drop down into a steep fall. And I know that that fall will not kill me. I know that I will rise on the other side, and the excitement of that rise will take my breath away. But emotionally, when I'm sitting on the edge of a drop like this, the dissolution of a 24-year marriage, it was hard for me to see anything but the pain until I began to look at it like a roller coaster ride. And I thought, this pain is the opportunity for me to find myself in a moment of growth. And that changed everything for me. Then I was able to begin to really, really accept that I had some serious limitations. And I began to recognize all of the ways that I had failed to stand up and be the person I wanted to be in my marriage. I recognized that I had done some things that were deeply wrong, that I didn't want to feel representative of me. And truthfully, in the moment of doing that, I began to spin. I lost myself. I wondered what was true about me. I had to go back through the albums of my childhood and look at pictures to really secure the fact, because I had been hiding and lying about who I was for so long, I wasn't sure if anything I said was true anymore, because I could see the confusion in my spouse's eyes about who I was, and it was reflective of myself. And in that moment of grasping onto those limitations, I was practicing meditation, and I was practicing breathing. I had come across this a few years before, and I found that it helped me to deal with this falling chaos, this turmoil of feelings that were rising in me as we separated. It's honestly, it felt like taking bones out of my body. It was that painful, is how it felt. And I'm sure many people feel that way. But in the chaos of my mind through meditation and breathing, I was able to see that these were just thoughts. These were just feelings. These were just moments of pain, like sitting on the roller coaster, and I could survive this. And I offered myself compassion. This is where it really began to turn for me. When I began to forgive myself for the things that I had done, and for the things that I had made a mistake in doing, and for the pain that I was in, offering myself comfort for feeling some days it was hard to get up out of bed. And if I offered myself comfort in those moments, I recovered quicker. And I found that the impact of things that were hitting me over the course of the divorce took less and less time to recover from, because I would be kind to myself. And the final thing that happened was I really, truly began to accept that this is where I was. I didn't have to hide it. I didn't have to pretend that I was okay. I didn't have to put on a face and, show the world something that wasn't real. That vulnerability allowed me to be open to help from people that were around me. It allowed me to be sustained when I needed it from friends and family. It allowed me to also recognize that I had goodness within myself. I was able to see that I was not the sum of all my mistakes. I was the sum of something greater. And that came from true vulnerability, which I believe is the essence of authenticity. Showing up as who I am and delivering that to everyone became the power that showed that I had value. All of us have value within us. And when we begin to accept the completeness of who we are, that's your sacred ground. That's your power. That's where your wisdom lies, in seeing all of who you are. If you can do this, man, you're going to have self-worth in the face of any breakup that you have. But it's hard work. Stick it out. Face the fear. Break through it. The chaos that you run through has a breathtaking excitement on the other side. If you like this, I got another video, How to Heal from a Friendship Breakup. It uses a Hawaiian technique called Ho'oponopono, which teaches you how to cleanse yourself from your past and accept your own accountability. It's a powerful thing. I think you might like it. And if you want to, I just told you how I use these techniques to help me as a person find my own self-worth through a very difficult time. I would love to hear, how have you done this? Or are there things you're facing that you wonder how to apply? Ask me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the bell so you don't miss any content. I'm James Burnham. Thanks for hanging out with me. Here's that next video. Don't forget to check it out.